The wind has teeth. It gnaws at the scraps of hide pulled tight around the small band of Homo erectus, a clan of 14 souls adrift in a world growing colder. It scours the sparse plains of this ancient earth, stealing the warmth from their blood and the scent of prey from the air. The leader, a male whose brow ridge is deeply grooved by 1,000 calculations of sun and shadow, stops. He tastes the air. It is the taste of ice, a promise of a white death that will soon blanket the land. His gaze is not one of fear, but of grim assessment. Fear is a luxury. Assessment is a tool. The old woman, her face a roadmap of famines and frosts, understands. She gathers the two smallest children closer, their shivering a constant, low tremor against her own weary bones. This is prehistoric life, a relentless negotiation with oblivion. They have been walking for days, following the memory of a river that now runs thin and sluggish. Their journey is a testament to the brutal engine of human evolution, a process that rewards not strength alone, but the foresight to avoid a fight you cannot win. The fight they cannot win is with the coming winter. Then, the scout returns. He does not shout, for sound carries and attracts what they do not wish to meet. He gestures. A show, excited series of movements that speaks of stone, of shelter, of a mound in the earth. Hope, a dangerous and fleeting warmth, ripples through the clan. They move as one, their exhaustion momentarily forgotten. The cave is perfect. Behold, arched entrance in a limestone cliff, sheltered from the wind's assault. It smells of damp earth and something else, something old and powerful. The leader and two of the strongest males approach. Their stone hand axe is held low. The darkness inside is absolute, a solid wall of black. It is from this blackness that the sound comes, a slow, titanic exhalation of air, a sound like a mountain breathing. It is the slumbering breath of one of the true kings of this era of life million years ago, the deep bass note of Pleistocene megafauna. They know, instantly, what sleeps within. But desperation is a powerful goad. The clan cannot survive the ice in the open. The cave is their only chance. The decision is made with glances, not words. They will drive it out. They hurl stones into the darkness, shouting, trying to intimidate the unseen occupant. The response is a roar that is not a sound but a physical force, a tremor that vibrates through the rock and into their bones. An immense, shaggy shape erupts from the mouth of the cave, a wave of fur and fury blotting out the light. It is a colossal cave bear, roused and enraged. The attack is a catastrophe of arrogance and desperation. One of the young hunters is too slow, too close. A single swipe of a clawed paw, a motion of casual, dismissive power, sends him tumbling back, his chest torn open. The others scramble away, their crude weapons useless against such a titan. The bear, seeing the threat dispersed, gives one last, ground-shaking roar before retreating back into its warm, dark domain. The clan is left with the biting wind, the encroaching cold, and their bleeding, gasping companion. They have found their shelter, but it belongs to a god. They retreat to a shallow rock overhang, a pathetic shelter that mocks them with its inadequacy. The first flakes of snow, white and sterile, begin to drift down from a bruised sky. They cling to the fur of the wounded hunter, melting on his feverish skin. His breathing is a ragged, weird sound, a constant reminder of their failure and the price of their ambition. The old woman presses a wad of moss and lichen against the gash in his chest, a futile act of care in a world defined by indifference. This is the emotional turning point. Hope is curdled into a cold, hard knot of desperation. The clan huddles together for warmth, their small fire flickering, defiant spark against the encroaching gloom of this moment in deep prehistory. The leader does not tend the fire. He stares at it. He watches how the smoke, thin and grey, is caught by the wind and driven sideways, a ghostly finger pointing away from the cliff face. He looks at the cave mouth, a black void of invulnerable power. Then he looks back at the smoke, and in the space between these 2 points, the fire and the cave, a new kind of hunt is conceived. It is a profound cognitive leap, a pivotal chapter in the long saga of hominid history. They cannot break the bear's body, but they can steal its breath. He rises and picks up his tool, the teardrop-shaped Herculean hand axe that feels like an extension of his own arm. He does not speak, but his movements are a language the clan understands. He points to the sparse pine groves clinging to the hillside, then gestures to the cave, and finally mimics the act of choking, of fighting for air. The message is clear, audacious, and terrifying. They will not fight the beast. They will besiege it. The response is a quiet, immediate consensus. This is the essence of what makes these early humans so formidable. Not the tools they carry, but the trust that binds them. Their primitive technology will be fire itself, weaponized by intellect. The clan divides. The two fastest males, armed with sharpened sticks, move out to gather fuel. It is a perilous task. The falling snow muffles sound, and a scimitar cat could be stalking them from 20 paces away, and heard until the final, lethal rush. They move with the hyper-awareness that is one of their core survival skills, gathering not just dry wood, but stripping bark and collecting clumps of resin as spine needles, the fuel for a thick, acrid smoke. Back at the overhang, the old woman directs the younger ones to weave a crude mat of damp branches and grass. It is not a weapon, but a fan, designed to push the smoke where it needs to go. The leader sharpens more stakes, not for killing, but for pinning burning bundles at the cave's entrance. Every action is precise, economical, and born of a shared, unspoken purpose. As dusk bleeds across the landscape, they are ready. They are no longer a disorganized band of supplicates. They are a disciplined unit, about to wage war on a monster with the very air it breathes. Dusk is the time of ghosts. The world dissolves in two shades of grey and black, and the falling snow muffles the world in a shroud of white. The clan moves through this liminal space like spirits, their feet silent on the frosted ground. There is no command given, only a shared look from the leader that ignites the plan. The burning bundles, pitch-rich and spitting sparks, are lit from their small, precious fire. They are crude torches, not just of light, that of lure. The two males crawl on their bellies to the mouth of the cave, the heart of their primal fear, and wedge the sputtering bundles into the crevices of the rock. Behind them, the others use the woven mat, pushing air in a clumsy but effective rhythm, feeding the flames and forcing the choking smoke deep into the bear's sanctum. These are not just ancient tools. They are extensions of a singular, connective will. And here, in the freezing silence between an action taken and its consequence, is the space where history is made. To bear witness is its own act of survival. Place your handprint on this cave wall. Leave a comment below and join the chronicle. The weight stretches thin. For a long moment, the only sound is the hiss of the snow and the crackle of the burning pine. Then, a low, confused rumble echoes from within. It builds into a full-throated roar of agony and outrage. The beast is awake, and it is suffocating. The clan nods back into the shadows, a semicircle of waiting predators, their own hand axes and sharpened spears held ready. The ground trembles as the bear crushes blindly within its den. Then, the darkness at the cave's mouth explodes outward. The beast emerges, a mountain of enraged flesh, eyes streaming, fur singed, its powerful lungs heaving for clean air. What follows is not a battle. It is a desperate, chaotic transaction. The disoriented bear lashes out, and the scout who first found them this hope is the one to pay the price. He is caught by a frailing claw and thrown against the cliff face, his life extinguished in an instant. But his death buys the others a precious second. They swarm in, a frantic display of attritional hunting. They are a pack of intelligent wolves harrying a force of nature. Spears jab at its flanks. Heavy stones thrown by the strongest males find their mark on its massive skull. It is a whirlwind of grunts, roars, and the sickening thud of stone on bone. The leader, seeing an opening, darts in and drives his own heavy axe deep into the muscle of the beast's hind leg, hobbling it, The great bear stumbles, roaring in fury, and in that moment, it is no longer a god, but a wounded animal. It collapses onto the snow, a final, shuddering breath clouding the frozen air before it is still. Silence returns, broken only by the panting of the survivors and the soft, indifferent fall of the snow onto blood and fur. They have won. The study of anthropology begins in moments like this, where the future of our kind is purchased with the blood of its bravest human ancestors. The cave is theirs. The cost is carved into the faces of these ancient humans. Inside the cave, the first true hearth is lit. The fire pushes back the immense, primordial dark, painting the limestone walls with dancing shadows of our ancient gold. It is a circle of warmth and light in a universe of cold indifference. A universe they have just pushed back, inch by bloody inch. The body of the fallen scout lies wrapped in hides near the entrance, a silent testament to the victorious brutal price. There are no songs of glory, only the quiet chewing of roasted bear meat and the exhausted relief of a people who have secured a future, at least until the next sunrise. This cave is more than a shelter. It is a crucible, the strategy forged in the cold, the calculated risk, the seamless cooperation. This is the blueprint. The cognitive spark that saw smoke not as a byproduct of fire but as a weapon. The social trust that allowed the clan to act as a single, intelligent organism. These are the traits that will propel their lineage across the face of the planet. Their triumph is not written in stone, but in the neural pathways of their descendants. The echoes of this desperate siege, this victory at the world's end, will ripple down through millennia, shaping the very instincts of a species that would one day build cities of steel and light, yet never truly forget the fear of the dark beyond the firelight. The instincts they honed here, to plan, to trust, to sacrifice for a future they could only imagine, are the ghosts that still whisper to us now. We who watch from the unimaginable future are the children of their fire, forever drawn to the light they first dared to claim from the dark. But the scent of cooked meat travels far on the winter wind,